Good afternoon, members of the jury, respected teachers and my dear friends. How you will define smartness? With the advent of the IT and communication sector, we have moved everything towards smart sector. Smartness, anything that is reliable, anything that is economic, anything that can be relied upon. Smart grid basically focus on the merger of the IT and communication sector with the power sector. With this merger, our system becomes more reliable, more economic, more sustainable. If you view the architecture of the smart grid, we have power system at its base. Main focus area of this in today is the metering concept of this, which focuses on 100% metering as per our APDRP concept. If we have details of the metering, then we can know the focus area where we are having losses. So with that, we will have the communication infrastructure. From communication infrastructure, we can send real-time data to the various aspects such as the power system, power quality and reliability, power procurement and market operations. With that, planning and engineering can be done. And finally, we can satisfy our customer with the services we provide them. Now, in a developing country like India, what is forcing us to adopt this smart technology in the grid? Everything in this world requires energy for its development and sustenance. India will be needing much more energy and it is developing at a very higher pace. So it is the demand of energy. Cost of energy is increasing due to the increase in the cost of the fuel and scarcity of the fuel. Then India has a demand supply gap of nearly 8%, which goes to as high as 10.5% during the peak hours. We need to bridge this gap. AT&C losses, world average below 10%, India ranking at 32 to 33%. An environmental factor, as just discussed by one of our teammates, is a major concern. So to achieve this, we have few pillars in this, which basically focuses on all the optimization concept of this. Optimization with respect to transmission, distribution, asset and demand side. Demand side, whatever resources or electricity you are supplied with, how you will effectively use it to the best use to minimize your cost, maximize your gains. With this, there was an Indian Smart Grid Forum took out a vision to focus on till 2027 we will have adaptive, efficient, secure and sustainable energy that will provide reliable and competitive energy. To meet this vision, we have a path. Investment is there. Parties will be investing only when they have a return on investment. So we are at the initial state, automatic meter reading. When we attain this, gradually we will have to take this path. To attain that, the Smart Grid Forum had drafted a roadmap. In every 5-year plan, they have implemented something or other so that we can attain this smart grid in near future till about 2027. In the 12th 5-year plan, we are targeting to reduce our 33% AT&C losses to about 15%. Electricity to all, major concern, and reduction of the power shortages, that is power cuts are there. 13th 5-year plan then focuses on reduction of the AT&C losses below 10%, building up of the infrastructure, and there should be no power cut, that is, we must match our demand and supply irrespective of when and what is needed. The 14th 5-year plan will basically focus on merger with the renewable sectors. These are basic smart grid activities, and each activities will have multi-dimensions aspect. These multi-dimension aspects are as follows. Let us look at one of them, energy efficiency. If energy efficiency is there, we will attain energy independency. If there, it will benefit customers because they will have lower costs. Environmental will have another effect. Now I will switch on my presentation to my fellow teammate Naman Rao, who will take you forward.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Good afternoon, everyone. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, how can the smart grid implementation be isolated from the cause? There are a number of obstacles to its implementation. Some of them are policy and regulatory framework, business scenarios that includes the funding, technology maturity, cyber security and data privacy, and skills and knowledge. Charles Dickens once told that it does not matter how much big a dog is in a fight. What matters is the fight inside the dog. So it does not matter how much big obstacles there are, but what matters is the desire to overcome those obstacles. These lines inspired us to make a model having 5 guidelines to overcome these obstacles. The first one is developing well-focused and directed vision, a vision for a better tomorrow, taking care of the present scenarios like high AT&C losses and high cost, incorporating smart grid activities in all legislation and regulatory framework, developing proper and flexible approach by integrating IT and communication in core power sector, developing proper sources of funding the project by attracting more and more private investors in the project, and last but not the least, proper training to update the skills and knowledge of the people associated and increasing the consumer awareness. Here you can see the transformation from the 20th century grid to the 21st century smart grid, and as the first point itself describes the technology shift from electromechanical devices to digital devices, which has led to better communication and control over power flows. This has led to make the system more reliable by giving adaptive protection and self-healing characteristics. Development of a smart city. Sustainable development through a smart grid or city. There was a smart grid task force established in 2010 May, which was made to implement smart grid projects in India, and some 8 pilot projects have been established for this. The most prominent one is the Pondicherry Union Territory Smart Grid project. Why we need a smart city? Because 80% of global energy consumption is there in cities and 50% of world greenhouse gas emission in cities. This leads to better management of depleting natural resources. Here is an overview of Puducherry city statistics, which we have taken about the population, distribution, transformers, feeders, and AT&C losses. With this model, we think that we can reduce the 22.15% of AT&C losses to less than 8%. Here you can see a layout of the Pondicherry Union Territory. We'll be describing about this layout in the next slides. But let me tell you one thing, that the proximity with this Bay of Bengal in this state provides a source or a better scope for more renewable energy sources to Pondicherry state. These are the pilot objectives: common information sharing platform, scalable and replicable at other places, which help in evolving commercial mechanisms. This is a grid map of Pondicherry region. Here you can see for a successful plan A, there will always be a backup, there will be always a plan B. So you can see for each station there will be 2 supplies. If one supply fails out, there will be always a backup, which leads to a more reliable system. This is a layout of the proposed smart city. By implementing this, we think that we can not only achieve more smart cities in future, but we can build a nation which is a smart nation. These are the references we have taken. Thank you.